Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So before we are entering into a reading, I thought that I wanted to talk about something that I address here and there without ever truly explaining it. I already talked about the fact that very often the collective is operating from authenticity, the cup's energy, right? Being real, being authentic, being open, all those kind of things. And we already saw over and over again the pentacles in reverse. And I said that a lot of people are operating from this pentacle in reverse, which means that appearances are very important. People are in control of their image. Very often, the issue with people who are in this pentacle in reverse energy, where it's all about image and being in control, they have an issue being close to someone who is part of the collective, operating from authenticity, being real, being original, being themselves, not trying to control their image, because they have no control over the collective. And this is why they might feel uncomfortable and try to dim the collective, because they kind of feel that if they are related to you, then it has some kind of impact on them, right? And this is why very often I kind of feel that the collective might feel that people are uncomfortable with them, trying to control them, dim them. It is simply because those people are trying to control their own image. And when they are related somehow to someone who is all in the open, authentic, I am me, I am my individuality, I don't try to impress anyone, I don't try to adapt myself to some kind of image, it makes those people who want to be in control very uncomfortable, right? So this is what I wanted to talk about. I thought that it was kind of something interesting to just get into, right? To have a clearer explanation, because I don't think that I ever explained that clearly. I talked about the difference, I talked about the control, I talked about dimming, all those kind of things, but I don't think that I truly talked about that. So, let's see, let's get into a reading. Let's see what messages we are getting today, what we are going to talk about. We might be talking about that, we might be talking about something totally different. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's come out. So, what are the subjects that we are talking about today? The first card. Fear of your power. Let's start here. Dependent in reverse. Yeah. I don't want to speak too quickly, but we might be talking exactly about what I was talking about. Tell me more. Tell me more. Desperate. Scared of change. I'm thinking about something. Some people in the comments ask me, can't you talk about this or talk about that? And I understand that you might think that I can somehow control the reading and decide what to talk about, because you see that when I'm doing an intro, very often the reading after is somehow related to the intro, but when I'm doing an intro, it is because I was guided already to do this intro, right? So even on the intro, it's not that I decide, it just comes to me that I need to talk about this or that, and this is what I'm doing. So I don't want to control the reading. I don't try to control the reading. I'm trying to give the messages out that I'm guided to give. I love that. Listen. This was turning, so I will put it like this. We have obligation here in reverse in the 7th position. We have ancient history in reverse. And we have the red flag that was turning, but I stopped it instinctively. So I will put it like this. Okay, I kind of feel that we are talking exactly about what I was talking about. I take here the setting is the fear of your power. I showed you this card because it made me laugh. Um, I kind of feel that we can take it as fear of your uh, authenticity, right? You just, and I kind of feel that they might consider it as power because they feel the need to be in control of themselves and their image, and you don't. So they might consider this as being some kind of power. It can be dependent in reverse, in the second position, partnership, relationships, friendship, familyship, workship, whatever. You are not dependent on other people, and it bothers them, right? It is once again not trying to be in control, not of your image, not of other people. You might have want them to treat you differently, see you differently, help them heal, all those kind of things, but you are not truly dependent on that. Very often the collective, as I already said, we grew up in environments where we might have had a neglectful parent, a narcissistic parent, we might have an emotionally immature parent, and so we needed to be the caretaker, we might have been the scapegoat. So we might have always felt that we needed to count on ourselves here, right? So somebody here apparently is desperate. Um, you stepped away. Um, we have this red flag here that came out, I don't truly know how. They might have seen you as a red flag before, maybe because this behavior of yours, right? That they might qualify as, you know, very often people who are in control and they see somebody who is just being themselves, they might qualify it as naivety, emotional immaturity, all those kind of things, when in fact it's not the case. It's just another way of living your life. It is deciding to be yourself, right? So, in the fifth position, support in reverse. This is where things might have shifted in your connection. You might have been a support system in their life, or feel at least that you were their ride and die. I kind of feel that very often. When people are authentic, when they are into connections, they are also very authentic in their connections. So it's coming from the heart space. So the support in reverse, I kind of feel that somebody didn't support you in a time where they should have. They should have supported you. Step away, kind of obvious, right? You have decided to step away. You might have felt that they emotionally stepped away from you, when in fact they might have not stepped away from you. They might have always been kind of emotionally distant of you, and it might not be related to you. It might be related to the way that they are operating, right? Protecting their heart space, being all in ego, protecting trying to numb their feelings. A lot of people, you know, who are in this controlling energy, they think that being an adult, being responsible, it is numbing their feelings. It's not true. It's not true. The ideal, it is to absolutely not numb your feelings, so you stay connected to who you truly are, you stay connected to your inner child, you stay connected to your life path, to your destiny, and you are connected to your intuition. But, of course, it is not letting your feelings drive you, right? This is why it's important to heal, because if we don't, we might be driven totally by our feelings. It doesn't mean that we don't have to take in consideration our feelings. We have to, absolutely. But we have to also be able to have our feelings be a compass in our life. in order to let us know what is good for us, what is not, all those kind of things, but not react from our feelings, being able to respond, right? This is the ideal. But very often, those people who are all about control, they are trying to control also their feelings, and in this case, it talks about numbing, right? We have the ancient history in reverse in the eighth position. There is no going back. There is no going back there, right? It doesn't mean that there is no going back into some kind of relationships, maybe, but there is no going back, trying to adapt yourself, trying to dim yourself for their convenience. There is none of that. The obligation in reverse here, kind of feel we are in the seventh position, which is the position of healing, growth, all of those kind of things. I kind of feel that you refused here to feel that you had to become who they want you to be, right? So as said, you might have tried in the past. You know, here's the thing. We live truly in a world where, I'm talking about the last cycle, right? We are in evolution, we are in change, things are changing, but for the past 10, 20 years, I don't know, it was all very much about appearances. We saw it on social media. We see how the people changing their appearances, designer, all those kind of things. It's a lot about appearance, right? And it's a pentacle in reverse. I don't know where I was heading with this. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. I will leave it here. I think that things might be changing, and I think that things might be changing also because people who are not in this energy, at the end of the day, they are happier. I also think that there might be a disgust of that. People who have presented a perfect image and they realize that at the end of the day, they are not happy, right? Okay, I somehow ended this thought process. Even though I'm not sure that this is what I wanted to say in the beginning, to be totally honest with you, we will get into the cards, get a little bit more information about this. I truly feel that people who might have seen you as a red flag because of your authenticity, that they felt threatened by the way that it might impact their own image. I kind of feel now that they realize that you are absolutely not a red flag, right? I will put those like this. They were in reverse. This one, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let's get into the reading and let's get a little bit more information. Just a reminder, this is a collective read, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. You are already supposed to know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to give you a little bit more information, insights, confirmation maybe about something that you are already aware of. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender, but the energy from where someone is operating, so please apply it however it applies to the roles in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. So let's see. Why are we getting that? The Eight of Cups. And the Devil in reverse. this is very, very clear, right? Because the Eight of Cups is talking about taking distance very often in order to heal. It also means leaving behind maybe people that you love or things that you love, but it is, I don't care, I need now to go and heal myself. The Devil in Reverse, also talking about healing, about not dealing anymore with toxicity, abuse, karmic energies, releasing of a trauma bond, maybe releasing of addictions, healing. Those two cards are talking here about healing. I'm attracted to the fear of your power. I kind of feel that if they were already fearful of your power before, which might not be power, they might have considered it, as said, as naivety, emotional immaturity, all those kind of things, because you were open, being yourself, respecting. I won't say respecting yourself because I don't think that they saw it this way. I kind of think that they saw it as you didn't respect yourself. You know, because when people are acting in a certain way, they think that it is the right way to act. So they are judging those who are not acting this way through their own interpretation, if it makes sense, right? And now that you healed above that, I kind of feel that they might realize that the reason why you needed to heal might have been because of them, right? Going back to what I said in another reading about, you know, the phrase that says that people are going in therapy for those, because those who should go to therapy, they don't go. So I kind of feel here that they might see things differently. We had this red flag that was not truly clear how it came out. I kind of feel that they understand now that whatever they considered as red flagged were not red flags at the end of the day. Whatever beliefs they had in the past, whatever belief they had in the past, they don't have them anymore. It's kind of, you know, once you know some kind of truth, you gain some kind of awareness, it's a game changer. Because now you know. So now the question is, what will you do with what you know? Right? Here we are at the stage that they cannot deny anymore the reality. That they were the one that were dependent, not you. That they were the one that were desperate, not you. They made you feel in such a way that you might have felt desperate because it kind of felt that you were never enough, right? With this fear of change here also in the fourth position, I kind of feel that a lot of people want to release now of being in control, being in their image, maybe because they gain some kind of awareness now and they understand that they are not forced to be this image, right? But it might be scary for them. I already talked about that. I kind of feel that people might truly feel that they need you in order to heal, right? Because they don't know how to do that. But the issue is that you stepped away, right? Tell me more here, please. Wow, did you see here how this card flew? I think that it came before. I'm not sure. Doesn't truly matter. With the moon in reverse, we are talking about clarity. You seeing things clearly. You are not delusional. I kind of feel that they might have thought a lot of things about you in the past. Maybe projecting on you also secrets. Thinking that you were hiding something, maybe. Because I kind of feel that they felt your confidence, right? And they might not have understood where it was coming from. So they might have thought that there was something outside that they didn't know that was giving you this confidence, right? I don't think that they could have envisioned that this confidence, because for them there is some kind of confidence in not trying to be in control and trying to be yourself. They might still qualify it as immaturity or naivety or whatever it may be, but they can also see the confidence because you are continuing to move on in your life, right? So I kind of feel here also that they realize now that in fact, whatever they thought, it was their projection. This is what it was. The Ten of Cups in reverse. We might be talking about family. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I kind of feel that they might understand now that they are unhappy. In fact, they are unhappy and they see now things in a very different light. Tell me more here, please. Yeah. Did I move the camera? I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I did. I will put the cards here in between, so maybe it won't happen. Yeah, I kind of feel that they thought that you would be coming back. But I kind of also feel that they understand now. I kind of feel that they thought that you would come back after you stepped away, right? And during this time, they didn't question their narrative, right? They thought that you were desperate, that you would come back. And I think that it was also a very comfortable place for them, as said, not to question themselves, not to, maybe you have said something before you left. And I kind of think that they put it all on, yeah, okay, I'm not even listening, it's irrelevant, right? It doesn't matter, maybe they are going through something, understand, something like that, thinking that, you would just... And I kind of feel that now they understand that nobody's coming back. And so now maybe they are trying to remember what you said in the past. I didn't check if you can see all the cards. You absolutely can. I can even move it a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. The Knight of Swords here in the upright and the Three of Wands in the upright, both of them. The Seven of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, because they thought that you were coming from a weak place. As said, I kind of feel truly, because they have such a deep need of being accepted, right? Why are they maintaining this image? Why are they trying to be in control of their image? Because they need to be accepted, right? When you step back, right? So they might have thought you don't feel accepted, you feel humiliated, you feel ashamed, you feel rejected, all of those things, right? This is what they thought. And they thought that it was maybe in order to try to protect yourself here of something. But it was not. It was not. You were not coming from a place of Nine of Cups in reverse. You might have felt in this environment, this energy of the Nine of Cups in reverse, that you were not supported, that you were not loved, that they were trying to make you feel that you are not okay, that you will never be able to be happy in this environment, right? But you were coming from a strong place. Yeah. I kind of feel that for them it was obvious that you were the problem. And it might also be because in the past you were very understanding, right? You were very patient, very understanding, and so they thought that it was something that would continue. You might have accepted to take responsibility of things that you shouldn't have in the past. Maybe because you were open to listen. Maybe because you were open to take responsibility for things because you thought that this was what you were supposed to do, right? Let's see. let's get a little bit more information about that. I kind of feel that now that they see that you are not coming back, and it doesn't come from a place of lack of self, this is illuminating to them some kind of truth. Yeah, the Six of Cups in the upright and the Wheel of Fortune. Healing your inner child. They might be nostalgic of the past, right? But mainly you heal your inner child and you turn the wheel in your direction, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. There is here, with this Wheel of Fortune, an energy of the fixed signs. What are the fixed signs? It's people who go deeper. It is the middle of the season, right? It is not a jump start. It is not being mutable and being in a transition towards something else. No, it is getting deeper into whatever you are, right? Yeah, I kind of truly feel here that healing your inner child by stepping away, right? We are truly starting here with two cards that are truly talking about taking distance and healing, getting away from toxicity, from manipulation, gaslight, abuse, abusive relationship, abusive people, people who make you feel that you are not good enough for being whoever you are, right? So you regained your power now. This is what healing is doing. There is also this idea that when you are healing, you are changing. I absolutely don't see it like this, and I'm a healer. I think that when you are healing, in fact, you are totally embracing your inner child. You are not transforming. You are getting rid of layers of protection, of survival. This is what you are doing. So you are not changing into somebody else. You are becoming, you are going back to becoming your true essence. And this is why the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright, because then you are truly in alignment with your path, with your life path. With the Star card in the upright, right? Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. Hello, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You are back. Yeah, this represents the environment where you were before, and this represents you. It's exactly what I told you about you carrying this energy of the cups and they being in the Pentacles in reverse energy. And considering here how those cards are coming out, right? You might have been part of a community that was all about image. It was all about impressing other people, being in control of their own image. This is what it was. And you might have never felt that you truly belong there. You might have known how to adapt yourself there. They might have never seen that you don't truly belong there, but I kind of feel that for you, you always wanted some kind of change in this, right? And I think that now, they can see the moon in reverse touching this Ace of Cups. This truly represents what I explained in the beginning. The Pentacles in reverse and your environment and you operating from your Cups energy. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, creating your own legacy. Creating your own legacy. I love to see this Ten of Pentacles in the upright. Because first of all, I kind of feel that it means that we are talking here about family, legacy. It might be big money. We have the Wheel of Fortune here in the upright. You connected totally to your heart space without trying to dim it, without trying to adapt yourself to your environment. This is your legacy. This is your legacy, but you might truly also help other people here of the community see things very, very differently. The Page of Swords, giving them some kind of understanding why they might operate, because you know, at the end of the day, those people who are all in trying to control, right? They're trying to control their image, but they're also trying to control themselves. But at the end of the day, they are never satisfied, right? So they will buy one thing that will make them feel good about themselves. How much time? Not a lot. And then they would, for example, do some kind of cosmetic change. So they will be satisfied for a time, but then again, their inner self is not satisfied. So it's a never-ending cycle, because they never truly connect to the source. They never heal the reason why they don't think that they are good enough as they are, right? So you might truly here bring some clarity, maybe to your community, without even realizing that at the end of the day, they were judging you, but you are not dependent on anyone. They spend their time being dissatisfied, and you are not. You are not. You were dissatisfied all the time when you were in this environment, maybe, and I kind of feel that you might have been dissatisfied, but also not truly saying it to yourself out loud, clearly, until something happened, right? Because I kind of feel that you were more in the energy, okay, how am I managing myself in all of this? You were not in the mindset of, okay, I hate it, goodbye. I don't think. I think that it might have happened due to something that happened in your life. But, you know, it's like when you are in a toxic relationship with somebody abusive, very often, you know, if you get to the place where you are saying, okay, I am dealing here with something toxic and abusive, then you are already a step out. But this doesn't happen for a long time, for the rest of the time, you know. You are questioning yourself, you are trying to see the good, and I kind of feel that this is what you did until you couldn't anymore, right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you are not fighting with anyone, you are not competing with anyone, you are not trying to convince anyone of anything, you are not in competition with anyone. It's all about your essence, your energy, the Page of Wands. We are with the Wands. This is the energy of the fire. It's the closest to the purest energy. I kind of also feel that the fact that you are not trying to compete with anyone, fight with anyone, with the Five of Wands, we are truly being in competition. You are not in competition. You are respecting your own vibe. And I kind of think that this is also the reason why you might be bringing clarity and being an inspiration to other people. Because if you were a copy-paste of other people, then what are you bringing exactly to this world, right? Why is it so important at the end of the day for us to be in our life purpose, in our alignment? Because this is how we truly bring whatever we are supposed to bring to the collective energy. Because if you are just dimming yourself and being a copy-paste of other people, then you are not in your individuality, you are not in your energy, and you are not creating from this place. So you are not bringing anything pure to this world, anything new to this world. So this is the strength. It is not being in competition. Being purely yourself, your own fire. Tell me more here, please. What should we be aware of? What do you want me to talk about? The Emperor in reverse. Yeah, Yeah, so the people that were trying to control you in some kind of way, right? To dominate you. Yeah. I kind of feel here that you see things now. We have a lot of swords in the upright. We had the Knight of Swords in the upright here. We have the Page of Swords here that just came up. And now we have the Ace of Swords. I kind of feel that there might be some people that are gaining awareness about their own, I want to say arrogance, but I don't think that they are thinking about themselves as arrogant, right? But there is something arrogant, in fact, but we can see it. I don't think that they can see it, but I kind of feel that they might understand how, in fact, being in this energy of control all the time, it doesn't lead them somewhere positive. They might understand now some kind of inner child wounds that they might need to work on, right? Ace of Swords, clarity, understanding something, getting a message. They might be observing you here. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right, we have the Two of Wands here in reverse. Whatever decisions they made, were they truly decisions? Because the decisions that they made in the past, the choices that they made in the past, it was all about maintaining some kind of image. It was not about having a clear view, starting from their own pure energy, from whatever they needed to bring, right? I'm attracted to the scared of change. The reason why they might be scared of change, it is because suddenly whatever they did in the past might not make sense, right? Yeah, at the end of the day, Page of Pentacles in reverse, the missed opportunity. Some people say that when you get to a certain age, 65, 70, those kind of ages, right? If someone have never healed, questioned themselves, be into awareness, self-awareness, whatever this may be, right? It's kind of impossible for them to do the work. Nothing is impossible, right? This is why I'm saying that. But the reason why, it is because looking back, it is too painful. Understanding the choices that you did is too painful. And so this is why they don't want to do it. So there is this fear of change. Because it's not just about changing. It's about grieving something. I hope that I make myself clear. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, look. Page of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I just talked about the swords in the upright that we have here. The Page and the Ace. And now we have the Page and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Wands. I want to check this Eight of Wands here. I feel here that this Eight of Wands, it is a lot of... this is a very quick energy, the Eight of Wands. I kind of feel here that a lot of things are going through their mind. This is what I feel here. You know, realizing that you gave priority to things that at the end of the day, it was a mistake. It's not so easy, right? Tell me please about this Eight of Wands. Why did it come out here? The Ten of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. In reverse. The Two of Swords in reverse. Seeing some kind of truth now. We are with the two here, so this is making better choices. Making better choices regarding the legacy. Listen, what I kind of feel here truly. I hear the golden calf, right? See the golden calf? I'm often saying, you know, in my mind and in how I observe the world, it reminds me of the golden calf when people were considering gold. This is not the exact explanation with the Bible, but I think that you will understand what I mean. Because I was talking about, you know, appearances and all those kind of things, the pentacles in reverse. It's like the ultimate God is not the highest, right? It is money. This is why I associate it to the golden calf. This is the image that I get. It's like the highest power became money in the last, I don't know how many years, right? Money in itself, it is not the issue. It becomes the issue when this is the priority, right? And so this was their priority. But look, they are all in reverse. Because it didn't give them anything. I already explained the pentacles in the tree of life. That it is supposed to be a manifestation of it's the end manifestation of the fiery energy, the water energy and the air energy. But we were living in times where it was the pentacles for the pentacles. Instead of having the pure energy of the highest, in the highest point of the tree of life, what we had was the pentacles. This is what we had. Like, it's not about energy, it is about concrete. It was all upside down, right? So I kind of feel that they understand now that they thought that their legacy was about money, but the legacy is not about money. This is not the legacy. So apparently this is the agitation, the very strong energy that there is now with this Eight of Wands. Because this is responding to the Eight of Wands. I ask, what is the Eight of Wands? It is seeing their legacy in a very, very different light now. Very different light. Okay, let's go to closure here. Closure, please. The Wounded Warrior. And the Three of Cups in reverse. I kind of feel that we are ending here with the beginning. I kind of feel that this is what you might have felt in the last months, even years maybe, trying to defend your own individuality and your own energy, and having people fearing your power and attacking you all the time. All the time. With this Three of Cups in reverse, we might be talking about people gossiping about you all the time. A lot of attention on you when you are just wanting to be yourself and live your own life. right? I need more here. I need more here. Yeah, you put down the burdens. You put down the burdens because you were not operating from the same place that they were. And I think that they never considered for you to just close this cycle and go away. Yeah, they never thought that you would do that. We have the King of Swords here in reverse, right? The world of lies, manipulation, pretending, being in control, Queen of Cups in reverse. They thought that this was the strength, right? But the strength is not that. The strength, it is respecting your own energy, healing your inner child. This is what it is. Being your true self. With the page, we are with the child. At the Page of Cups, this is your inner child. The Empress, the mother, reparenting yourself. There relies the strength. It's not about money, it's not about appearances, it's none of that. It's about respecting yourself truly, in the real sense, in the real sense. Respecting who you are, truly. Yeah, you put a total ending to that. You put a total ending to that because you might have felt, people trying to dominate you, to control you. They were insecure and they saw that you were insecure. Yeah, you decided to simply concentrate on your work, put to the side their bad judgments. Yeah. And they thought that you would be stressed out, that you were feeling rejected, when in fact you took the best decision that you could. It was a wise decision. It was a very wise decision. It was coming from wisdom, from emotional intelligence. Right? Okay, I will leave it here. I kind of feel that there is a lot of information here that came true. I don't know. It's not truly like... Yeah, it's kind of... I kind of feel that it's more about healing reading, which as a healer I love. So I hope that it was inspiring, insightful, maybe healing. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.